All right, there we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my live stream, 500 feet above the streets of New York City on a very busy day. We got Biden in town, Zelensky in town, other world leaders in town. So, welcome to your horrendous commute today. Oh my God, it's going to be one big gridlock here in Manhattan. Yes, I'm 500 feet above the streets of New York City. Of course I am. CM, you're first on the whole damn thing. What's going on, CM? Good morning, GH. First like of the day. I like that. Fivers and likes. That's our mantra here during the live stream. Who else we got? We got Nick Umrich in. Good morning. We got Ted Palawada. RJ Hitters checking in. We got Gail. We got Hugo. We got Lisa Connor. What's up, Lisa? Roberto, how are you? Cheers to Roberto. Cheers to everybody who's up nice and early today. Let's go, Opie, coming in on the TikTok. Yeah, we're back to TikTok. TikTok. Oh, TikTok. What are we going to do with you? Bro, you look familiar. Didn't you wash my windshield the other day wow, nice cookie. You're not good at this, are you? You're not good at this. What's up, GH? Not much. I was watching the Monday Night Football. You got the Steelers and the Browns, and you got one of the best players in the league, Nick Chubb. Oh my God, his kneecap pretty much went through his entire knee. Horrendous injury, another horrendous injury. It's unbelievable. And he is, they're saying this morning that he is out for the season. I've never seen a knee. I never seen a knee bend like that all the way. Oh my God. Something about sports injuries to the legs. Just, Opie, you ever notice the way women be shopping? Wow, you're really not good at this. I'm kidding. Dude died last season, so things are looking up. What happened? What happened with that, man? What's up, Chris? How are you? Morning. Oh, much nicer this morning than yesterday. At least your leg didn't get bent the wrong way last night. That injury was brutal. And Nick Chubb, he's one of the best in the entire league, and he's out for the season. He might be out. He might be out for his career. That might have been it. You might have seen Nick Chubb for the last time. And supposedly the same injury happened to him, like 5 years ago, where he ripped everything and he came back from it. And that was the same knee that was bent last night in that game. Oh my God. That just stinks. By the way, I swear, who won the game? I went to bed. I didn't get to the end of the game last night. So you don't come back the same from that. God, no, Eric. Hell no. And supposedly he did come back pretty strong. It's sad. It was one tweet when I was watching the game where a guy said the exact same thing happened to him like 5 years ago, was it? And he came back from it. Opie, have you heard of Fermi's paradox? Sort of explains why there's not life in the universe other than us. I don't know what the Fermi's paradox is, Hugo. You want to explain? Write it out, and we'll talk about it. That's an understatement for sure. About his knee, hell yeah. Morning Open Crew, cheers. What's up, Larry Hanshaw? How are you? Cheers. Rodgers' ankle. Hi, Jen. Aaron Rodgers, that wasn't an ankle injury. That was an Achilles tendon. There was a time he didn't really come back from that injury, but I guess they've gotten better with the sports medicine and the doctors. So maybe Aaron Rodgers comes back, but he's going to be 40 in December. So I don't know. I don't know if it's possible for him to come back. He was already old to begin with. The Jets were already getting a quarterback way past his prime, but who knows? I mean, the Jets story is just absolutely tragic, what happened to the team. A lot of hype, a lot of expectations, a lot of excitement. And then Aaron Rodgers goes down the fourth play, out for the season with an injury that it's going to be really tough to come back from. And now we're where? Oh, look at me. I'm a Bills fan. I just said where. And now the Jets fans, I should say, the Jets fans are stuck with Zach Wilson. I guarantee that the Jets will sign a veteran quarterback today, probably today, or their season is done, man. Absolutely done. His knee left his body. The Nick Chubb thing, if you haven't seen it, Man, I was gonna say if you haven't seen it, you got to check it out. But I don't know if you want to check out the injury. It'll make you just go, oh my god. Hey, Google Combs. Yeah, I guess I could pat down the hair if you really need me to look pretty. But I rolled out of bed about 20 minutes ago and rolled on in here to do a little live stream for everybody. What's up, Carl? How are you? Chest bump to all the MFers. What's up, Minash? How are you? Oh, thank you. Pittsburgh won. Good, good, good. Although we had a huge audience in Cleveland back in the day, but good. I'm not a Deshaun Watson fan. So good. What's up, Smoke Porterhouse? How are you on the TikTok? I see you. Anyway, Scott Watson. Good morning, Open All. Good morning. Has your wife or daughter ever asked you for a WNBA jersey? I don't know what that means. I don't know because they're girls. They only watch the WNBA. Is that what you're getting at, Vegas? Because they're just girls. Because they only watch girl things. They only watch girl things. I actually watched the WNBA a little bit. Dayton has to go drive to throw a hat and doesn't get to keep it. All right. I don't know. I don't know what that means. CM, what's going on? I'm in Ohio, was a lifelong Browns fan until the new quarterback. 30 victims was too much for me. It's all about the power. It's all about the power that someone has. If you had 30 potential alleged victims accusing you of stuff, you would never work again. But this guy's the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. I need a new team. Have not watched in over a year. What team should I start following? Suggestions? The Bills, Cleveland. You're right there. CM, you're right there. You're close enough to Buffalo where you can become a Buffalo Bills fan. Yeah, the Sean Watson thing is very, very weird. Absolutely weird. Thank you, Faster, saying I'm looking good. Well, someone says I need a comb in my hair. I guess I can find a comb if you need me to comb my hair in the morning. I am fried chicken. Opie, the most advanced math and science department in America is Stony Brook on Long Island. God help us all. Wow, they got some big brains at Stony Brook. I like hearing that. Wow, look at you. You're proud of yourself, are you? This guy's some old BS 262. I saw Godfrey on here and asked him why he did that horrible fake laugh on O&A. He blocked me. Are you proud that you got somebody to block you? God. Good to see you on social media. Keep it going. Straight from West Virginia. All right. Yeah, I live stream TikTok on my Facebook, Opie Radio fans, and YouTube, Opie Radio, and on my Twitter now, Opie Radio. And every once in a while, I throw a bone at TikTok, but I don't like TikTok because they're very, very sensitive with the content. They've knocked me off my live stream a bunch of times. They give me warnings. They filter the comments to protect the community. Ew. I don't need any of that. And then the rest of the social media platforms that I live stream on, they just leave me alone for the most part. But today, TikTok, I'm back. If you want to skip breakfast, go watch the Nick Chubb injury replay. RJ Hinners. Know what I was thinking last night when I saw that horrendous injury? If you didn't see it, Nick Chubb is one of the best players in the entire league. He got hit low, and his knee, you know how it's not supposed to bend this way? Well, boy, did it bend this way, all the way like this. It was almost like his knee was completely detached from the lower part of his leg. And I was thinking to myself, it could be one of the worst injuries to watch on TV. And I know a lot of people, if you're old enough, you go right to Joe Montana when his leg snapped, or the dude from Buffalo. I forgot his name, and he's playing again where, his head. You remember that hit? Was it last year? Where that dude's head on the Buffalo Bills went all the way back, and you're like, oh my God, he broke his neck. He's paralyzed for the rest of his life. That guy came back from the injury And he's playing this year. Joe Theismann, sorry. Thank you. That's why I like these live streams. Someone could correct me really quickly. Sorry. Yeah, of course, Joe Theismann. The Joe Theismann injury, a lot of people say, is the worst injury to see on TV. But this Nick Chubb injury last night is way up there. Way up there. Let me get rid of Ronald. Ronald is just being a jerk. He has to wake up early in the morning to be a jerk. Let's get rid of the jerk. Can I say jerk TikTok? The guy was being a jerk to me. So can I call him a jerk, or are you going to kick me off? How long until Opie's mad today, Minaj? Man, I don't think I'm going to be mad about anything, Minaj. I don't think I'm going to be mad today. I thought I don't know what's going on in the world for real, Minaj. You're getting me going a little bit. Like, there is a lot of baby boys out there. A lot of babies. Like, we lost an F-35, right? I think it was $80 million. The pilot ejected and that plane just kept going. Although I think it crashed, in South Carolina or somewhere around there? And it was made for jokes and comedy. And there are so many sensitive babies on social media now. And what's weird to me is a lot of them claim to be old Opie and Anthony fans. I'm like, there's no way these people were old O&A fans. There's no way. Maybe they're newer fans with a different attitude. I have no idea. But that was made for jokes. And then people are like, dude, this isn't something you joke about. This isn't. Losing an $80 million plane is not something you should joke about. Are you kidding me? I'm just laughing. Like, what is wrong with these people? Why are they so wound? Why are they wound so tight? I'm not in the military. I have nothing to do with I have nothing to do with any of that crap. So when an F-35 goes missing and our government is basically asking for help, did you see an F-35 plane? That's hilarious. But these people that come out of the woodwork, they're bent on everything. They're just bent out of shape on every single little thing that happens out there. But of course it was funny. They were so desperate. They're like, hey, if you see an F-35 in your backyard, could you call us? Because we're missing one. So I find that hilarious. I find Lauren Boebert hilarious. Supposedly that dude was a Democrat and that was their first date, and now they have broken up. She said she's not going to be dating any more Democrats. And of course it goes without saying how insane it was that she was basically doing all that stuff at a Beetlejuice show where there were kids and whatnot. She's vaping. She's fooling around. I don't have to go through the whole thing again. And if I get too much into the details, TikTok will yank me. Yeah, the autopilot ejected the pilot. Unbelievable. And then going back to that for a second, then people used the fact that the F-35 was missing after the pilot ejected on woke culture. Woke culture of the military caused this. Poor leadership, because they're focused on woke culture. No, dummies. No, that's not what happened. That's not the reason. So Lauren Boebert, that whole thing is hilarious. She's in Beetlejuice. Everyone saw the video. She said she wasn't vaping. So the theater said, oh, really? We got video of you vaping. And they released it. And they released that video with all sorts of other stuff she was doing in her seat. Oh, my God, right? I don't like Lauren Boebert. I don't give a crap about her. I don't think she's a great politician at all, if you want to know the truth. But I find the whole thing hilarious. And then, of course, you got to try for the jokes. Mine was just having the video and finding the Alanis Morissette music about going in a theater. So I made a whole bunch of jokes on the Lauren Boebert thing. Thought it was hilarious. Did pretty well with it the last few days. And then I see this Howard Stern. Who is this guy? The one thing that I'm I'm proud of when I was doing the Opie and Anthony show. And I think the one thing shock jocks in general had in common was that you just took the piss out of everything. You took the piss out of everything. You didn't really show your political leanings in general. Unfortunately, our show, that went bye-bye because Anthony decided to show his political leanings. I'm not getting into the Anthony stuff today, but that is a fact. And I think that was a mistake on our part as a radio show, because in the early days, we took the piss out of everything at both sides. It was kind of a nice feeling to be talking to a huge audience and calling out people on both sides. But now Howard has shown himself to be a lib, I guess, which is crazy because it's the left that is against free speech. It's the left that is pushing the cancel culture. It's the left that's taking all your money. The guy's worth something like $650 million. But instead of finding like the jokes about the Lauren Boebert thing, he's whining and complaining to his audience that this isn't the right behavior for a congressman or a congresswoman. I'm like, ew, who are you? Just make the jokes. There's a million jokes. Just make the jokes. But instead, he's all in with his dumb political statement and taking his shots at the right because of this. And look, we don't deserve better. You're like, if you're a congressman or a congresswoman, a politician down there in Washington, you should behave appropriately. Have you been paying attention? There are so many creeps down there in Washington on both sides. We shouldn't expect better at this point. Of course not. Definitely the left is strangling people with their free speech. 100%. It's something. Who is that on the Mr. I can't see your name because TikTok doesn't think you're important enough. So when you join a live stream, this is another problem with TikTok. Wake up, TikTok. Because I like to give people credit if they're giving me content back. It's like a give and take. So you had a really good comment, but your name is so faded, it's hard to see. But your comment's good. Look, I'll even try again. Mr. Savvy, it looks like, Saavy. Definitely the left is strangling people with their free speech. Of course, and it's something that Howard fought his entire life, and now he's a lefty. Now he's a stupid lefty. Oh, my God, Howard, just make the jokes. The Lauren Boebert thing was hilarious. 100% hilarious. I didn't think it was my chance to take a shot at the right. I'm like, no, this is just made to make fun of. That's all. She was dating a Dem. How hard was that? Okay, I got to be careful because TikTok is watching this. Robert, she was dating a Dem. How blank up was that guy? Oh, how hard up was that guy? I guess you could say it that way. I thought you were saying how without the up part. I don't care what you look like. Nothing can make up for her personality and cult following. I don't think Lauren Boebert, by the way, is hot at all. And people, because it's based on party lines, of course it is. But I think AOC is way hotter than Boebert. But then if I say that, then I'm a lefty and I'm a blank and I'm a beep. But AOC has like natural beauty, and Lauren Boebert figured out how to make herself look all right. Her teeth are her teeth are a little, her teeth. I think she needs to take a tooth or two out of her mouth. I think that's what's going on there. I don't know, but she's not. She's just okay. But when you put her in the blank dress that Howard was saying, see, you can't say it, TikTok. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got to keep it safe for you guys. But she's in that dress that shows off some of her assets. I think you could say it that way. And then, the glasses give the librarian thing, which is hot for some people. And then, of course, she's, taking care of her figure. And then she just cakes on makeup with with a spatula. Then she looks all right. But her teeth, wait, I can't. They're too close. All right, let me get to a super chat and skip. Look, you give me a super chat, you go to the front of the line, all right? Front of the line. Open your eyes. How's that? Is that good? Is that good? Is that good? Oh, damn, I got some beautiful eyes when I open them up. Jeremy, $10. Thank you, Jeremy. Cheers to you, Jeremy. I hope you have a fine day. Oh, did Brother Weeze move himself to later in the morning, or did iHeart force him to? Are they just rearranging chairs on a sinking ship? Jeremy Zankar. That's a great question. I think I texted Weeze yesterday just to say, good luck with the new time slot. But I would have to assume, I didn't ask him, I would have to assume that iHeart, shuffled around the lineup over there in Rochester. Brother Weeze, who's my mentor, he's been doing morning radio in Rochester since I started, since I was in college. I don't even want to tell you how many years ago that is. And they just moved him to, I think, 9 o'clock. So officially, he's no longer doing mornings in Rochester. That's a huge story in the radio world. I think it's just rearranging the chairs on a sinking ship. Not for Weeze. Weeze still sounds great, but regular radio just stinks. And I love Weeze, and I listen to him every morning. But yesterday, man, I took a full shower, brushed my teeth, put on new clothes, didn't comb my hair, and I didn't listen to 1 second of Brother Weeze because it was a long commercial block. They're just stupid in regular radio. You listen to a podcast, right? I was listening to Fly on the Wall with David Spade and Dana Carvey. It's one of my go-to podcasts right now. And they had Jay Leno on. It's a great listen. It was probably an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes, right? You know how many commercials they had on the whole damn podcast? 2 minutes of commercials. And regular radio, they just don't see it. Why isn't anyone listening to us anymore? Because first of all, the podcasts have way better content in general. And they don't kill you with commercials on podcasts. And if people are sick of the commercials on podcasts, they can fast forward. And you just sit there and like it's 1995, you have these 12, 15-minute commercial blocks. And then you're like, why isn't anyone listening to us? Because we're not sitting through that anymore. So with that said, I believe iHeart told Weeze we're moving you. But, Weeze sounded really, really happy. He sounded refreshed. He sounded very energetic because he gets to sleep in now. He's an older guy, man. Weeze is well into his 70s. Weeze is at least 75, 76 years old now. So, not many guys get to continue doing radio at 76. So, or 70. He might even be 77 at this point. But regular radio is just done. They're doing the exact same thing. My friend Buzzy, thank you for the $10, by the way, Jeremy. I greatly appreciate that. Oh, right to another super chat. Super chats get to the front of the line, man. Let's do super chats today. Let's do only super chats today. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So my friend Buzzy, my longest friend, we've known each other since we were 18 years old. He lives in Atlanta. He came up and saw me at the beach at the end of the summer. He went and flew to watch the Bills because he's from the Buffalo area. So he flew up with his wife to see the Bills kick the Raiders' ass. That was a huge win right there. Cheers. And he's taking pictures of his radio dial in his rental at one radio station I used to work at and another rock station up there. And he had on the display, it was like, "Don't Fear the Reaper" by Blue Oyster Cult. And I'm like, dude, you could be taking this picture from 20, 25 years ago. They just don't know how to reinvent themselves. It's crazy. Same butt old rock and roll with 15-minute commercial breaks. And they're like, why is podcasting kicking our ass? Oh, it's so stupid. Can you not see the Empire State Building in the back? It's New York City, obviously. Thank you, Rigger, New York. Yeah, that's the Empire State Building, right? I'll do it. I'm doing this for TikTok. Whoa, everything's backwards though, right there, right there, and of course, and for you guys down here on YouTube and Facebook, right there, that's the Empire State Building. Of course, forced perspective makes it look teeny weeny in the background. All right, right to the super chats. Minash. You looking like you're fixing to join the homeless shopping spree. Am I? Is that what you think? User 44144155403. An obvious hater that I blocked. All right, Minash, 35 czars. I dare you to watch wrestlers Sid Vicious jump off the second rope to create a new joint in his. Oh, I remember that one too. Even though that wasn't in real sports, the Sid Vicious jumping off the second rope injury is pretty bad as well. Oh my God. But the one last night was pretty brutal, man. Pretty brutal. Wake and bake with Opie, man. I don't do that wake and bake. I tried the wake and bake, and it just put me back to sleep. I don't know. I don't understand the people that they wake and then they bake and then they're good for the day. I don't understand that. I absolutely don't understand that. It just always made me sleepy and made me want to go right back to bed. I did try it. I was the guy, like, especially when I was living in the fraternity, Sunday morning, you go find that keg that might have a beer or two left, and we're trying to get the thing to get us one more beer out. I've done that at like 8, 9 in the morning, but the wake and bake was never my thing. Never my thing. Oh my. Dude, I got to put you, I mean, I'm flattered, but I got to put you in timeout. You can't say stuff like that. I'm very flattered, but you can't say, oh my God. Oh man, the kid still has it, I guess. Oh my God. Dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? John Cortz, Bobert the next morning must be scary. Oh yeah, man. When I was coming up in the league, every once in a while, you would get, let's keep it nice. You would get with one of these bubble-headed bleach blondes, they're all looking fine, real fine. And then the next morning, you're like, who are you? Who are you? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that makeup thing can be very, very deceiving there, John Cortz. Very, very deceiving. That's why it's always been my my taste was always women were just a little something. But when you get these ladies just pancaking makeup, I'll be right out. Just rolling makeup all over themselves and then putting the giant eyelashes on and then taking the lipstick, making their lips 3 or 4 times the size, and then they come out and I'm like, who are you? Who the hell are you? User, all right, you've been a minute since I've spent the morning with Obe. All right. Is it a minute because I blocked you from the other account, user? Yeah, she must be scary the next morning. Let's be honest with each other. Come on now. There's a lot going on there with the Bobert. And I don't want to trigger you, but AOC is not like with the makeup. And I think AOC's policies are absolutely insane as well. Incredibly too radical. This country is like, two sides with very radical, different points of view. And we just sit there like, oh, that's great. Another 4 years where we get absolutely nothing done. Not only do they have the walk of shame, but I'm laying bets that dude had to drive home with his. Okay, wow, wow, Robert, Jesus, wow. Oh, the other thing with the Bobert thing, you know, Howard, lighten up. There's jokes. Just do the jokes and how ridiculous the whole thing is, you baby. The other thing with the Bobert, that was their first date. That was their first date. She's going to Beetlejuice, first date. You saw all the stuff that was going on, and he's a Democrat. Oh, and she's got family. Of course, she has family values. It's always the people that yell and scream about family values that are doing the sickest crap behind the scenes. Not that. Well, the only thing that was bad about the Lauren Boebert thing was that I guess there were kids around, or a pregnant lady, and she was vaping. I guess so. There are things you got to kind of acknowledge. But it's always the politicians with the yelling and screaming about family values and this and that are the biggest offenders doing some crazy ass crap when the cameras are off. And another thing, as we're talking about politics, what's his name? Fetterman, I think. They changed the dress code so he could wear his smelly sweats and hoodie down there. What? No. Why did they do that? Can you imagine smelling that hoodie by that? Oh my God. It has to smell like Nancy Pelosi's feet, that hoodie. Why did they change the dress code? Does anyone know why they actually changed the dress code? Because I don't expect much from my politicians, that's for sure. But the one thing I expect is maybe not wearing a rotting hoodie to work. Maybe do that. I work from home, and I look for a nice shirt every morning to wear, although don't notice that this is the same shirt I wore yesterday. But in general, I try to look presentable. You know, my hair is a mess because I don't own a comb or a brush, but they adjusted the dress code for Fetterman so he gets to wear his rotting hoodies down there in Washington. Oh, God. What? I really want to know the answer to that. I have no idea. No idea. I have not heard that story. Hyper sorry. You need a neck mount for your mic. We need more hands, RJ Hitters. Well, the reason why I hold my mic is so I don't get handsy. I don't want to get handsy like Lauren Boebert's date. So I hold this so I don't get too handsy. Where are the Blue Oyster Cult playing tonight? Oh, my God. At this point, at an Olive Garden. At an Olive Garden. Yeah, turd. I get all that. But I just laughed out loud. You know, Howie is talking about the values and how to behave appropriately and all that. And the guy like used to throw baloney on girls, you know what's, and all the other stuff that Howie did. And now he's going to tell like other people that they're being inappropriate. Oh, shut up, Howard. I'll say this, though, because I have definitely changed a lot since the Opie and Anthony years. Yes. Howard Stern has obviously changed, okay? I think the problem is if you don't acknowledge that you have changed and you don't acknowledge your past, like if he would have said something like, look, I know as the guy that did this and that and do the whole laundry list, you know, he treats women like crap on his radio show, just treats them like crap. And now he cares about Lauren Boebert and how she conducts herself. Like if you're allowed to change in this world, believe it or not. So if he would have said, look, I know I'm the guy that did this, but Bongo Fiesta and this and this and the Sibian, I think it's called, and this and this and this. Okay, let's acknowledge that I was that guy for many years. And I'm still sort of that guy at times because I want to make stupid money with my radio show. But, and then goes into it, then I wouldn't think he was such a phony. That's the difference. He makes believe that people don't know his history of just literally throwing baloney on girls' butts. And he's all annoyed. Are you really annoyed, Howard? Are you? What city is that behind you? Oh, I'm in Boston today. All right. Ted Palawada, you can't be getting. Oh yeah, all right, all right, all right. Oh, did you ever interview anyone from Rush? Eddie Baby. Wow, wow, I gotta get you off the screen. You can't. I gotta put you in timeout. Yeah, famously, we. Oh, I'm getting a couple super chats. So if you had something, you're gonna have to rewrite it because I'm fast forwarding to super chats. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make a few bucks this morning. Why not? What's in the mug? Just coffee. Just coffee. Their name. I think it's been a while since I told the story, but Geddy Lee came in. He was absolutely amazing. He's a rock god. We were at WNEW, so this was about, oh my God, you got to say over 20 years ago now. Holy crap. He came in about over 20 years ago, 2000 ish, 2001 ish. And I don't remember anything we did with that interview. And but he remembers us big time. And the reason is because we had a girl that was in studio at the same time. This is what I loved about radio, was putting these different walks of life together in the same room and not caring, literally not caring. Like, look, if you don't like this, you can go screw, because this person's also on our show at this time. And it was a woman that she was in the, can I say fetish community TikTok? Every time I have to stop and go, is this going to be the thing that makes them knock me off my live stream? Can you say fetish community when you're having an adult conversation? Woman in the fetish community, and her thing was that she had valves that can make her, it can make her. This is what the one thing I do miss about satellite radio, the workaround. Although I don't mind working around some of this stuff, but she can make her, her girls. She can make her girls really big when she might need them. Let's just say. So she had valves, and she could go. And then if she's going home for, let's say, Thanksgiving, she could, make them smaller and more presentable. So she was absolutely amazing. This woman was awesome. And that was the same day Geddy Lee was in studio, and he didn't give a crap about Rush that day. He did not care in the least. So tell me about no, I want to know more about this. All right, Geddy, let's talk about it. I got to go and listen to that. I got to find that, because I need to know more about that day. I didn't know I was going to get the Rush question today, but that's what I remember about our Geddy Lee interview, that he was in studio the same day with this woman that, was able to make them bigger or smaller depending on what she was doing that day. Oh, good God. I love Rush though, man. Living in Western New York, they play a lot of Rush, a lot. Scott K with the $4.99. Thank you. Fivers and likes, guys. Fivers and likes. That's our mantra here. You give me a like or you give me a fiver. Both those things motivates me to keep doing this, okay? Oh, crap. I got to get my kids up. That means we're having a good time. All right. Hey, Mr. Hughes, I started listening to Empire of the Summer Moon audiobook. Intense listen. If you like history, I recommend. I don't know what it's about, Scott K. I will try to remember this and look it up myself, or you can tell me more about it, Scott K. All right. Hold on. I got to get another cup of coffee. I got to wake up my kids, and I'll be right back. I didn't realize what time it was. All right. All right. By the way, I'll be moving the angle to the other window. So when I leave to get, oh shit, when I leave to get, when I leave to get coffee, you'll see the sun coming up behind me. It's pretty outstanding. All right, we got a few more minutes, and I do have to get going to get the kids to school. Minash with another 35 czars. Thank you, Minash. Let's get a OOD answer here. What? Which of Howard Stern's staff whack pack would you have loved to have poached? Poached. Oh my God, I don't know his staff that well. Probably like Fred Norris. Fred Norris is a guy that Howard kept down for many, many years. Paid him just enough where, Fred has a decent life. But Fred is unbelievably talented. Stayed in the shadows, a great writer, great producer. And he's a soldier to Howard. I would say Fred Norris. Another guy, though, that Howard kept down. Oh, my God. Whatever Fred's being paid is not even close to enough considering his talent and his loyalty, by the way. Minash again. Well, I guess Minash is funding my live stream. If Minash is funding my live stream, the least you can do is hit the like, okay? Opie walking on TikTok shells. Is it worth it? I don't know if it's worth being on TikTok. I really don't. I guess what I'll do is I'll just not worry as much, just do my live stream. And when TikTok has a problem and yanks me, they yank me. And then the people on the TikTok, they should know that I live stream every day on Facebook, Opie Radio fans, and YouTube, Opie Radio, and on the Twitter, Opie Radio. The other thing that's big news is this Russell Brand. I think he's guilty as all hell. That is based on absolutely nothing because I haven't read one article on the whole damn thing, but I still think he's guilty as all hell. I don't know anything about the accusations. I haven't read anything about the accusations. I haven't watched anything on the TV or the social media about the accusations. With that said, I think Russell Brand is guilty as hell. Cheers. Cheers on that. Let's get rid of TikTok so we can wrap up and talk like adults. Thanks, TikTok, for whatever you do. Goodbye. Goodbye, TikTok. All right. Huh? Well, you can't deny that. You can't deny that the people aren't watching on the TikTok. That's 3,000 people. I'm not even close to that on the YouTube and the Facebook. That's why I have a love-hate relationship with the TikTok because a whole bunch of brand new people are checking me out every single day, and I could convert them, to my podcast or maybe the regular live stream. I don't know. Is that a green screen? How is it a green screen if it changes every day? How is it a green screen if it changes every day? And also on TikTok, just doing that live stream for 40 minutes? I got 31 new followers on TikTok. I live stream every day on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. I get one new follower. It's absolutely insane. Getty and Alex are salt of the earth. I lived across the street from Alex's bar in Toronto, called the Orbit Room. My buddy's band was the house band, the David Barrett Trio. Damn, that is pretty badass. Yeah, I hear they're very down to earth and nice people. I've seen Rush. Rush was one of those bands that came to Western New York all the time. I would say they were touring almost once a year. So in all my years up there, I did I lose track after a while. I did 11 or 12 years in Western New York. I saw Rush, I would say close to 10 times. 10 times. And they put on such an unbelievable show. Unbelievable. Freaking Rogan fans that can't think for themselves. That's what it's about. What are you talking about? I would love to know. I've seen like the radio world and the podcast world dramatically change. I'll say it again because I think it's really, really important. When I was coming up in radio, you truly didn't know my political leanings. You didn't know Anthony's political leanings. You didn't know Howard Stern's political leanings. You didn't know Ron Bennington's political leanings. You can name a whole bunch of others. I think an exception to that rule was Brother Weeze. He always leaned. Oh God, do I have a hat in here? That don't matter. Weeze was an exception to the rule. He absolutely leaned left from day one. And then something changed in there where like these shock jocks, these edgy content providers, these edgy broadcasters started making it known their political leanings. And then it was like, then you were only talking to one side. You were rah-rah for one side. And I loved it when anyone would screw up in politics. I didn't care if you were a Democrat or a Republican. I just got excited over the years that we could go on the radio that day and just beat the crap out of that person. I loved that more than anything. And then somewhere along the way, it's like, for example, like Trump. I mean, whether you love him or hate him, whatever. At this point, I don't really care about Trump either way. There was so much to make fun of in that whole run he had. So much. And a lot of these guys, like it was off limits. They would not take the piss out of it. They would not make the jokes. But then certainly they would make the jokes when it came to the other side. And I was like, that's just the world I don't want to live in. I find that weird, big time. Right now it's all about the Biden, making fun of him and making fun of his his stammer and his stutter step, and I think the guy is just literally losing it in front of our eyes. But if you're like a Democrat and you're on a radio show or a podcast, you ain't making fun of Joe Biden. You're not making fun of Joe Biden. And I don't know what changed that. I don't know if Rogan. God, why is this? I took a. Know what it is? I took a late night shower. And I got horrendous bedhead. But anyway, so I don't know. I don't know where it's coming from. It goes back to how this whole started. We lost an F-35. Supposedly the plane cost something like $80 million. It might even be more than $80 million for one plane. Pilot ejects, plane keeps going, and they didn't know where the hell this thing went. And they were asking for our help to find their F-35 that's worth $80 million. That's hilarious. So I made a few jokes, and people were like, this isn't a laughing matter. Of course it is. Of course it is. Be honest. How did you feel when you saw Club Soda removed Anthony from the cellar? Not surprised. A lot of indifference there. Surprised Anthony would even approach Bill Burr with some of the things he said about Bill and his wife. Very surprised he would even attempt that. And Bill tried. I guess Rogan set up a meeting a long time ago with Bill and Anthony in California. And Bill gave Anthony a chance. And then Anthony continued with the guard. Anthony's just got to stop at the race. By the way, the only reason Anthony came up is because of this comment. And I probably could have easily blown it off. So I got to acknowledge that because I'm trying to move on from that stuff. But, I'll say it again. Anthony, it's not too late for Anthony if he would blow off all that nonsense and go back to being funny and go back to beat the crap out of both sides. He was a guy that was really good at that. But more indifference than anything. And not surprised. And the little I know, because I don't keep tabs on Anthony really. It's hard not to, but it's very little. But so the little I know, it seemed like it was justified considering, some of the stuff Anthony has said about Bill and his wife over the years. So, all right, let's start wrapping up. I want you to hit the like on the way out. Now the audience, see, I don't know what to do with the live stream. I'm starting earlier because I got to get the kids, going for school. But it looks like right at 7, everybody starts tuning in. The numbers are way better right now as I'm leaving. That stinks. I got to figure this out. All right. Russell Brand is upsetting the powers that be, so now they will try to dethrone him. This is how it works. Slander first, jail second, disappear third if he doesn't back it down. Now, so, but what about the women? What about the women? They're all just making crap up Vincent. What about that side of the story? Like I said, I don't know anything about anything. But you're just repeating some dumb talking point. Vincent, what do you think? This is a dumb talking point that I saw all over Facebook, all over Twitter, all over social media. It's like, hey, everyone, this is what we're going to say about the Russell Brand situation. So it'll help us get the message out there. But what do you think? Because I'm in the camp, why would women make up this crap? Why? Especially when it's multiple victims. So all these multiple victims made up this crap. Look, I know no matter what is going on out there, there's opportunists, of course. It's not a perfect scenario. But I said it with the Bill Cosby thing back in the day. I'm like, there are too many people coming forward. Bill Cosby, in my opinion, is a creep, one of the biggest creeps out there ever. And I didn't believe this number, even if 50% were lying, there's still 50%, which came out to a lot of women that are basically have a story to tell and saying how much of a creep this guy is. But Vincent, you frustrate me sometimes because this is just a dumb right-wing talking point that you're spewing out here. That's a copy and I'm not a fan of the copy and paste crap at all. At all. Like, I was actually making a point when I said that, oh my God, the sun's killing me. Let me just finish up with this. I'm not mad at you, by the way, Vincent Scaramuzo, at all. You know that. I just don't like the copy and paste. The copy and paste stuff drives me nuts. All right. I got another minute and then the sun's coming around the corner, but I got to go anyway. Let me finish with this. When I said earlier that Russell Brand is guilty as hell, right? And that is based on absolutely nothing because I haven't read about the accusations. I haven't watched anything about the accusations, but I still think he's guilty as hell. I said that because that's what everybody does. None of us were there. I have no idea. I literally have no idea. It's just based on my opinion, whether I like or hate the guy, or it's based on my opinion, what I believe in politically, whether I think the guy's innocent or guilty. That's why I did that. There was brilliance to that because we do that all the time. You see a story like, oh, guilty. I'm like, oh, really guilty? What do you know about the case? Well, I don't know anything about the case, but I think he's guilty. Why? Well, because I don't really like what he stands for. That's why I did that with the Russell Brand, because we all do that. I mean, guilty of it, of course. We all have. Yes, my brother still has a restaurant in East Northport. He's doing very, very well for himself. Very, very proud of my brother who owns F.H. Riley's. Royalty. Opie, you're on early today. Stay on longer for sweet royalty. I can't. I got to get my kids to school. And I got to, I like making them breakfast and stuff, even though they're a little older now and they could do it themselves. But thoughts on the UAW strike? Cheers. Big fan of unions. I'm a big fan of unions in general because I think society in general tries to F with all of us. So when you could get a nice union together to fight in numbers, I'm in general a big fan of unions. But with that said, I gotta do a little more research on the whole UAW thing. Okay, I wish that radio, got a union because of the BS they put a lot of radio shows through. It would have been nice if we were, had strength in numbers to fight back against these big giant corporations that would just embrace you. And then as soon as you effed up once, they threw you out with the trash. No, Minaj. No. We're not doing that. No. Way better numbers now. Yes, I know, and I got to go. Maybe after the school drop, start the show, then we can goof off at work. Yeah, maybe. I was thinking that too, but like, I'm just like a creature of habit. I just know a lot of people are getting ready now, so you have a better chance of getting numbers. But we could try like after I drop them off. It would start around 8:30. We could try that, see if that works, because then I could just babble and yell and scream for hours. All right, I got to go, guys. Hit the like on the way out. It's a conspiracy talking point, not a right-wing one. Fair enough, Vincent. Sorry about that. I just, all right, fair enough. All right, listen, I got to go. Hit the like on the way out. Thanks very much, guys. Definitely doing another live stream later today because I do like Tuesdays at Get Parts. So I'll definitely be on a little later. This is the worst. So I'll see you later on today, all right? Have a good day. We will talk very, very soon. The sun is just driving me nuts. Goodbye.